Hi guys, quick update here for YouTube, 25th of September, Monday 2023. Hope everyone's doing great. So quick update for an altcoin which we've been looking at recently is GAI coin. You can find it on CoinGecko, which is here. Make sure you get the right one. It's currently trading at 0.26. We've been bullish on it since it broke 0.20. It's now starting to move quite impulsively. I think the name plays a really big part in this coin, as well as the price. Now we're going to look over the chart, but before we do that, obviously, you know, we are more experts in the chart here. We're not fundamental experts. I don't claim to be. We called a 3,000% move in Verge over 2 weeks back in 2017. So the fundamentals, I don't think, are vastly important. I think it's about hype and it's about the chart. However, the one thing I will say, unbelievably, it has less supply than Bitcoin, which currently has around 21 million supply. This is only 10 million supply, of which 7.5 million is already out there. So there's less resistance in terms of dilution, in terms of extra supply. You can't currently buy it on a decentralized, on a centralized exchange, but you can buy it via Uniswap. I would expect, as this coin gathers more momentum and it travels towards $1, I believe it can easily get listed on more centralized exchanges. That will bring in even more money and more liquidity. The 24-hour trading volume is fairly high. There's a lot of buyers here, and over the last couple of weeks, and I think it can only go higher. 10 million supply, 7,500. That's only 75% of the entire supply is out there. Less dilution, and unbelievably, because of its price, psychologically less than $1, right? That plays a big part, and the low supply, the fully diluted market cap is only 2 million. And we've seen some of these coins like Pepe trade as high into the multiple hundreds of millions. There's a working website, working Discord and Twitter. We're not going to go through the white paper and pretend that we understand any of that nonsense, because I don't think it's all that relevant. So that is the fundamentals. Let's now have a look at the chart. So what other thing do we have to note here? It's not been around for that long, right? So it's not like it's an ICO that's pumped off the ICO, gone down, based, and now it's going to go back up again. This has maintained its ICO level. So I think this has the potential to go to a 10 USD. This is 10 USD. This is trading against Ethereum, but TradingView have converted it into US dollars. So from current levels, 10 USD is all the way up here. That's a near 40x move. From the lows, that's more like 100x. How would you count this? You would count this as the initial impulse, this as the 2, obviously 3, 4, 5 is all the way up here, and then you would count this as an internal 1, 2. So we are in the third of the third potentially, right? So that would be the larger degree. Let's just call that primary, and let's call this, I don't know, a micro. It doesn't really matter what you call it. It's a lower degree. Now, how else could you call it? Well, if you disregard everything here, then you count that as a 1, 2. Either way, we're going to be in the third. I think it's a third of a third. It's consolidating very, very nicely. I expect us to break all-time new highs probably by the end of this video and continue on charging on. I think $1 is a possibility, and I think eventually, if it continues gathering momentum and hype alongside Facebook's generative AI tokens, which are getting released this week, obviously, how do you express that opinion? You're not going to buy Facebook. You're not going to buy a $500 million, billion-dollar market cap company, are you? You're going to probably express that opinion via an altcoin, and that's what the altcoins are great for. We call the move in AGIX, AIRI, Orion chain, as well as Pepe. That's all documented in the group since the start of the year. So I think this has great potential. This is the coin GAI. As I say, it's on CoinGecko, which means ranked 1561. It's the fully diluted is only 2.5 million. Now, if you have a look and you see the kind of market caps that we're dealing with in the billions, some of these coins are pretty much garbage, aren't they, really? Let's be honest. And they're trading into the multiple billions. So you literally have to go to page 100 or something to get anywhere near this kind of market cap. So for this kind of potential to only be valued at 2.5 billion, I think there's definitely more room to go. If it goes to $10, what does that mean? Well, obviously it means $25 million market cap then. Well, wait a minute, we're going to 40x, aren't we? So let me just take that back. So currently it's trading at, let's just try and work this out. So 10 divided by 2.6 is 10 divided by 0.26 is 38 times the fully diluted market cap of 2.6. Well, that gets you to 100 million basically, right? So can this get to 100 million? I don't see how that has managed to equal exactly 100 million. That can't be right. Okay, I suppose it makes sense because the max supply is 10 million. So, yeah, I mean, that would make perfect sense. It probably wasn't that complicated in the end. Let me see where 100 million actually fits in. Let's just have a look here. 100 million kind of gets you onto page... I mean, you're still going down onto page 2. You're still not even in the top 100 here. 100 million on a fully diluted basis would get you around... somewhere around here. Decimal, Flux, Marinade, Stake, Sol. I don't think there's anyone who's listening to this who's ever heard of any of these other than Flux. Anyway, that's the coin, GAI. I think it's got a lot of potential. Join the group if you want to. There's individual educational courses where we discuss charts, discuss how to accumulate, and more importantly, how to read a chart. Like, how do we know it's going to go to 10 USD? How do we know it's going to pump? Very important skill. It's not just about the fundamentals. I think on some level the fundamentals are important, but once you understand how the tokenomics work and you have a quick overview of the white paper and the links that they share, more importantly is the hype and it's the chart. So if it goes to a 10 USD, that's a 40x move from here. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there. Very interesting time with the S&P and Bitcoin, Solana. We're expecting a turn in the S&P here pretty soon once this panic sell-off is over. It's going to be a very bullish Q4. That's what we're anticipating. Great time to be joining the group. If you want to pay via crypto, you know what to do, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.